When I was 16, my older brother used to hit me almost every day if I dropped a glass or looked at him the wrong way. He'd punch me or slap me when my parents were away or weren't looking. One day he hit me so badly he knocked me out, and instead of worrying about me, he dragged me to my bed and told our parents I was asleep. A few days later, I told my friend Olivia about it, thinking it was normal, and she got super freaked out and told me I had to confront my parents. When I went home later that day, I went to the kitchen and sat my parents down. I told them what he was doing to me, and instead of investigating or even asking if I was okay, they screamed at me to pack my things because they never thought his little angel would do that. Instead of fighting with them, I saw it as a blessing in disguise and was happy to be leaving. My brother didn't think the same. As I was packing my things, he came into my room and pulled me by my hair and said, "You're gonna pay for this." At that time, I was working a part-time job at Walmart and had a decent amount of money saved up. I packed all my essentials and never looked back. Olivia let me stay with her for a few months until I had enough for a one-bedroom studio. It was small, but it was better than where I'd came from. I stayed there until I was 19, living off ramen noodles and bread because I couldn't afford much else. At 19, I applied for a few different jobs, and by my surprise, I got a job as a waitress in a small restaurant in my town. I had a master cooking degree from college, so they took me and a waitress to see how I got on. 8 months into working there, the executive chef quit, and they had nobody, so my boss asked me to step in just for a few days. I ended up being so good they moved me from executive chef to assistant manager in 9 months of working there. By that time, I was able to move out of my one-bedroom apartment and into a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. I was so proud and happy of myself that I posted my new apartment and achievements online. Big mistake, as someone had showed my parents. They ended up calling me in tears at 4 in the morning. I picked up reluctantly, and on the end of the phone was my mother crying, saying, "Hey, how have you been? We miss you so much. Listen, your brother has fallen seriously ill, and we just can't afford his medical bill. We seen your new big house, and we know you can afford it. Can you help up?" I thought about everything they'd done to me and hung up. My phone blew up with texts from my parents saying, "Family helps family, and after we cared for you for all those years." I blocked them both and moved on. I found out my brother was never actually sick. They tried to scam me for my money.